पाकिस्तान और उज़्बेकिस्तान में मुफाहमती याददाश्तों मुआहदों की तकरीब इस वक्त जारी है। ये मनाज़र आप देख रहे हैं। आपसे कुछ ही देर पहले हमने देखा कि मुआहदों का तबादला भी हुआ और अब वज़ीर आज़म शहबाज शरीफ और उज़्बेक सदर जो कि उन पर दस्तखत कर रहे हैं, तो ताशकंद और लाहौर के दरमियान MOU का तबादला हुआ। नौजवानों के उमूर से मुतालिक MOU का तबादला हुआ। पाकिस्तान और
Muhtaram Bosh Vazir janob olilari, aziz birodarim, hurmatli
representatives of the media.
पाकिस्तान और उज़्बेकिस्तान में मुफाहमती याददाश्तों और मुआहदों की तकरीब, वज़ीर आज़म मियां शहबाज शरीफ और उज़्बेक सदर तकरीब में मौजूद हैं।
Prime Minister of Pakistan, the esteemed Shehbaz Sharif, for his official visit to our country, for holding fruitful negotiations, and for his warm words about our nation and people. I'd like to say one thing to the representatives of the mass media, that we had really fruitful negotiations. We had in a narrow dialogue, cooperation and discussions on the development of separate directions. And we also approved the plans and the roadmaps for achieving the goals. And that was a new direction for us during the discussions. And in all those directions, I would say that we specified the future goals, the growth points, and there is a lot of industries and the spheres in which we appointed the responsible bodies and the responsible persons, and we had separate talks on that. Therefore, the modern state of Pakistan is our trusted partner, tested by time, and a promising ally whose international reputation is steadily growing. And we were highlighting this again and again during the discussions of different challenges and opportunities. And despite the current global challenges, the Honorable Prime Minister is carrying out tremendous work to ensure peace and stability, improve the living standards of the population, and accelerate economic growth. And we would like to thank you for those actions as well. On behalf of the administration and the brotherly nation of Uzbekistan, we are really glad to see that, and we would like to congratulate you with those achievements and wish future prosperity and the new goals in your career and work. And in recent years, I am pleased to note that the relations between our countries have been developing dynamically. And as I have mentioned before, we came to the conclusions on different spheres, and mutual trade turnover has exceeded 400 million, and we have the plans to increase that to $2 billion. In many big directions, we will do a lot of work. The number of the joint ventures has reached 130. Trade houses have been opened in Karachi and Tashkent. Air travel has been launched between Tashkent and Lahore. Regarding those air travels, air flights, we came to the conclusion on increasing their amounts to have the separate flights to Samarkand, Bukhara, to open the flights to Karachi, and we also made clear instructions on that to the responsible bodies from our countries. The Intergovernmental Commission is working effectively while political consultations, business events, and exhibitions of our national products have been successfully organized. And we also adopted new plans for conducting this kind of events, and we appointed those who will be doing those measures, and we adopted the roadmap for that. In these days, a large delegation of leading Pakistani companies has also arrived in our capital, and big partners from our side are also participating in those meetings, conducting the dialogues on the partnership agreements, on development of the different industries and their future activities. And we will also take participation in this business forum with my brother. And we will, of course, share with them our ideas. And I'd like to also present to Pakistani companies what are the conditions in Uzbekistan, and that we are ready to create all the necessary conditions for them to come to Uzbekistan. And we came to the conclusions and made plans during the narrow meetings. We will separately disseminate this information with the business representatives. In this regard, I can confidently say that this historical visit is an important event that will open a new chapter in the expansion of our strategic partnership, because in all the directions, in all the spheres, from the political point of view as well, we came to the conclusion how we will be participating in the international forums, how we will be supporting each other and honorable participants of the conference. And we just finished the fruitful negotiations, and we confirmed our shared commitment to strengthening the bonds of long-standing friendship and further developing cooperation. We have signed important agreements. You are witnessing also today that in many directions today we've signed a lot of documents after the long-term discussions. And through open and constructive dialogue, we have identified new growth points in our partnership. And we also came to the conclusion on establishment of the high-level strategic council, which means that we will have a totally separate approach. The Prime Minister, together with him, we came to the conclusion on establishment of the high-level strategic council. And once in 2 months, we will have the calls by mobile phones. Once in a month, all the ministries, relative bodies in the online format will be making the reporting to us on the implementation of those instructions and the measures. We had no this kind of approach with other countries, and we came to the conclusion that to prepare for the first meeting of the high-level strategic council to ensure the efficiency of it, in order to achieve the goals that we are putting in front of this council, in order to prevent the challenges and the problems and the threats in the future, as well as in the bank system. We will make those kind of meetings. The chairperson of the central bank will go to Pakistan, and Pakistani head of central bank will come to Uzbekistan. We will resolve any possible challenges. As I have mentioned before, we are planning to increase the trade turnover to 2 billion, and we will increase the industrial cooperation, develop the transport and logistic connections. We will create favorable conditions and incentives for the entrepreneurs, and that was the main topics for our discussions today. And regarding the pharmaceuticals, textiles, leather industry, agriculture, and Honorable Prime Minister also made the proposals on the energy, geology, and the mining spheres to develop those industries and to have the regional cooperation and access to third countries' markets, to unite this kind of regional cooperation, to enrich it. And in all the directions regarding all the region, we will have the work implemented to increase its efficiency and potential, and together with our regions, their regions will also elevate their cooperation into a new level. I'd like to say one more thing, and we will share similar approaches regarding joint contribution to Afghanistan's social development and resolving the Palestinian issue through diplomatic and fair means. During the negotiations, we also agreed to continue our mutual support with an influential global and regional organizations. and we will continue supporting each other. And once more, I'd like to say that from the point of the Trans-Afghan Railway, for the first time we conducted the detailed negotiations. We shared the open challenges, open issues, and we also came to the conclusion on the solutions to those problems in terms regarding the transport and the logistics regarding the Trans-Afghan Railway. We will establish a separate committee, and we will control, both of us, over this. You have the control over this committee, and we know that this is our future. In case we are able to increase the railway speed, then the trade will increase, then the flow of the people to each other countries will increase. And there were some problems that we were not raising openly, but today we had open discussions, we raised them, and with our brothers, we conducted detailed discussions. We also had the big delegation coming from Afghanistan to Uzbekistan, and we also had the meetings with them. Now we will have the tripartite, maybe the meeting, and we came to the conclusion on resolving these problems. And we also highlighted that we have an interest on increasing the efficiency of our cooperation in the defense. And it's well known that our great ancestors such as Imam Bukhari, Imam Tirmidhi, Imam Maturidi, Bahauddin Naqshbandi, and Zahiruddin Babur left behind an invaluable spiritual and intellectual heritage that unites all of us. And we once more conducted the analysis of their works, and we came to the conclusion maybe on the development of the movie in the future. We will make instructions on that. And one proposal was from my side on the conduction of these movies, and to also have the sustainable continuous meetings of our youth. So there will be the visits to our country, to Bukhara, Samarkand, Khiva, and our youth will be going to their country to see the lands and the places where Zahiruddin Babur was. And another thing is the development of the cultural tourism, conduction of the cultural events, and we will elevate the level of our cooperation in the cultural, traditional sphere as well into a new level. We will have small exhibitions, we will have the festivals, we will have the interregional meetings, and I also described personally what are the traditions in different regions like Andijan, and so there will be a lot of opportunities for the people from Andijan, from our country, to have the visits to Pakistan as well. Dear and distinguished participants of the conference, today we have agreed that our governments will adopt a comprehensive roadmap, and that roadmap will ensure the timely and effective implementation of all agreements reached, and we will specify in more details who will be responsible to what, at what time, what will be done, and most importantly, we have sufficient potential, strong will and ambition to preserve and further develop our sincere friendship for many years to come. We saw that and we feel that, and we highlighted that today also separately. Taking this opportunity, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to His Excellency Shehbaz Sharif for his invitation to have an official visit to the beautiful and unique land of Pakistan, and I'm pleased to accept this invitation. And regarding this official visit, I made a promise. Yes, we will go. And of course, in conclusion, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to all of you on the upcoming blessed months of Ramadan, a sacred time in the Muslim world when sincere prayers are answered. Thank you very much for your attention. And now, with a great honor, I'd like to give the floor to my brother, Prime Minister of my
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear brother, Excellency Shafkat Mirziyoyev, President of Republic of Uzbekistan, honorable delegates from Uzbekistan and Pakistan, distinguished members from media,